The first thing I want to say out the gate is I'm not going to spoil this at all for you, and I promise there will be no spoilers. I watched some videos and I was mad because they said no spoilers, and then the next thing you know, the dude is like, oh, I probably shouldn't have said that, and he spoiled it. I'm not going to do that, but I do want to talk about how good this is. I'm a Marvel dude through and through. You guys know that unapologetically I love Marvel, but what Zach Snyder does with Justice League is nothing short of fantastic. I had one small problem with this, and it might be nitpicky at best, but overall this was an amazing piece of movie making, enough for you to get HBO Max just to see this. It is absolutely fantastic. So let's talk about the technicals first, because any good movie, especially a superhero movie, has to have strong visuals. So the cinematography has to be on point. And when I tell you that this thing has strong cinematic storytelling, that's an understatement. It is absolutely fantastic. Listen, a good movie is going to tell you a good visual story too. And if that visual story is strong, minus the dialogue, then you know you got something special. And that's what we have with Snyder's Justice League. Just the visuals of this film makes it feel grand. It makes it feel like the stakes are high. It feels consequential. It feels like you are about to embark on a journey just from the way that this thing is done visually. So we get these nice, broad, top-down shots that are sweeping. We get these scenes where the color varies just a little bit and we go muted in the color and it shifts the tone. All these different cinematic visual elements in this, from the camera shots, the angles, the close-ups, the slow-mos, all of these different elements are done so well, and they so effectively pull you into this story. Next, I want to highlight the sound design, which was also fantastic. Very well done, from the song choices to the sound design as a whole, complemented the story build. All of that was done very, very well. And the performances, fantastic. Everybody does a great job in this. I especially like Gal Gadot in this, but you know I'm just a big fan of hers as Wonder Woman. I love her as Wonder Woman. But I thought that Cyborg Ray did a really good job in this as well. Everybody's performance in this was really good. I really liked Ezra Miller in this also. And for those of you all who are Flash fans, you are going to love what happens with him in this story. The build was just so good from every aspect of it. They also did a really good job in fleshing out the different characters, giving them their own personality, giving them their own story builds. And I thought it was particularly well done with what they do around the Flash and Aquaman, especially given that what we see in this movie is essentially a setup for their solo films, which technically has not happened yet. It really does happen after this film, had we gotten the vision that Snyder had from the beginning. So they really do a good job here with the story build of getting us emotionally invested in these characters and ready for their solo films. And then of course some of the people that we wanted to see in the first film that we didn't see, we do get to see in this film. Fantastic story build from the villain side, and there are some surprises in this as well. The way that Snyder builds this, structures this, is a perfect setup for the Snyderverse, if they are still entertaining that. And if they're not, they're nuts, because this thing positions itself for Snyder to do a lot of different things in DC. This really could be DC's springboard into bringing us a lot of other things and really building a structure like what we see in the MCU that's been so successful. This is DC's calling card for that. They've got so much to build on in this film, and because it's so long, they give us a lot. There is a lot of material, a lot of stuff is in this movie that should get you excited, especially as a DC fan, because it allows them to take this in so many directions. Hands down, this thing was just fantastically enjoyable and one of my most anticipated movies of the year. It did not disappoint. I've not seen anything even close to this epic. Nothing close to this epic so far. We will be covering the first episode of The Winter Soldier and Falcon tomorrow, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier if you want to be technical. I'll see you there for that review. Peace.